Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Neethu and welcome back to my channel. Today's topic is all about eczema in babies. Now, I'm not speaking from the perspective of a healthcare professional, but solely as a mom. These are things that we learned along our way in our journey with dealing with our baby's eczema. So let's get started. When parents have a baby or a child with any sort of skin condition at home, it inevitably results in a lifestyle change for almost the entire household because there are so many things we need to do to accommodate or suit their needs. So our main goal became not to use anything in our immediate environment or in baby's environment that would irritate or agitate her skin. So I've made a list in which the following 8 ingredients we realized do exactly that. The first and foremost thing we realized that irritates baby skin the most was fragrance. Now, I don't mean just obvious perfumes or deodorants. There is fragrance or scents in everything these days. There are baby wipes with fragrance, there are diapers, there are nappy sacks even. So we have eliminated, not only in baby's routine, but in our routine as well, everything has become unscented or unfragranced as much as possible. Now, wipes, we use only pure water wipes. That is what was recommended by her dermatologist as well. And even my cosmetic and makeup products, we opt for the unscented ones as much as possible. Now, you may be wondering, what about household chemicals and detergents that we use specifically for the purpose of fragrance? So that comes to the second villain in the list, chemical detergents. Now, in that name itself, you have the word chemicals. So you straight away know it's an obvious fact that chemicals are harmful to baby because whatever you use in the household, they release toxins into the air, aerosols that remain stagnant in the environment and that are harmful to baby. When it came to laundry detergent, especially for a baby, we switched to a more organic, environment-friendly, chemical-free brand. We now use Ecover Zero. It is a sensitive non-biolaundry liquid. It has 0% fragrance, 0 coloring, and I think 97% organic material. So these are changes that you can make a bit more heavier on the wallet, but the long-term benefits are so worth it. For example, to wipe the floors, we use organic stuff like eucalyptus oil, lemongrass. They impart a nice natural smell to it and minus the chemicals. The third villain on the list is something unique to our baby, and that is paraffin. In our baby's case, paraffin was a big no. It irritated her skin so much, so that is something that we let go of as well. Paraffin is supposed to do good to dry skin conditions, so finding the right treatment or the balance for skin is very hard because it takes a lot of trial and error. It requires a lot of patience, and we have experimented with so many different products and brands. I actually had to keep a diary or a journal to keep track of progress of what works and what doesn't work for our baby. So I suggest you can do the same. What works for us need not work for you, and vice versa. The next change we made was a direct recommendation from her both pediatrician and dermatologist, and that is not to use synthetic fibers on baby as much as possible. Actually, they said not to use it at all, eliminate it completely. Why doctors recommend to stay away from them is especially materials like fleece. They tend to absorb moisture from baby's skin cells into the environment rather than the other way around, so it dries out baby's skin almost immediately. Mothers who are using reusable nappies, reusable diapers that you find in the market now, try to stay away from the fleece liners and try to use muslin or bamboo liners. So they said to resort to 100% organic cotton, or cotton as much as possible, or silk is the option they gave us. Yes, expensive baby, I know, but it made such a huge difference. And not only clothes on her, but the clothes I wear had such a big impact on her, because when we take care of baby, they, especially parents who have babies with eczema, know that the main worst symptom or sign is the itching that they have, the uncontrollable itching, and they tend to rub their face on us, on what we wear. They tend to rub their arms. So the clothes that I wore had an impact on her as well. So I had to switch to the cotton fabrics as well. The next ingredient is something that breastfeeding mothers should lay off as well, and that is chemical sunscreen. Yes, the chemicals in it are not good for baby skin, and also chemical sunscreens work by being absorbed into the bloodstream. So not only is it harmful to babies with sensitive, extremely sensitive skin or eczema prone skin, it is not recommended to be used by nursing mothers as well. Try to resort to mineral sunscreen or physical sunscreens because they just form a barrier on the skin. The next ingredient is a well-known allergen in many children, especially with atopic allergies, and that is cow's milk protein or dairy. Now, diet elimination is one of the first things that our pediatrician recommended to find out if baby is allergic or sensitive to any of these things. And I was asked to eliminate dairy from my diet for 2 weeks. Yes, it takes 2 weeks for dairy to be completely flushed from your body. So please don't make any judgments before that, and track baby's progress after the 2 weeks. So when you do diet elimination, again, as I mentioned before about skincare, it is trial and error. It takes a lot of patience. Hence, keeping a food diary was recommended, and it is something that has helped us keep track of our baby's progress. The next villain in our case was the sun. Direct sun exposure had an immediate effect on our baby's skin, and the reaction was almost immediate. So based on our doctor's recommendation, we do give her vitamin D supplements, and if it is unavoidable going out into the sun, we try to use a sun hat, an umbrella, or try to keep her in the shade or in the pram as much as possible. And from 6 months onwards, try to use sunscreen. Now the next is a bit more a broader ingredient list. It is skincare or cosmetics that we use. The products that we use that are absorbed into our skin also have a huge effect on baby. So the following ingredients, as much as possible, moms and dads, try to eliminate it from your lifestyle or from your cosmetic list of ingredients. The first one is essential oils. Second is lanolin. Third is retinoids. Now, mothers who are breastfeeding have to stay away from this vitamin A derivative as well. Retinoids are a big no-no. Next is a rather confusing and long name, that is cocamidopropylbetaine. This is a foaming agent found in shampoos. Now, I'm not saying not to shampoo your hair, but try to use maybe a more organic shampoo, or there are less lather-free. Less lather means less of this foaming agent. The next one to eliminate from your cosmetic list is propylene glycol. This is an emulsifier found in creams, and it is highly irritant to baby sensitive skin. And the last one is ethanol. Ethanol, of course, as you know, is an alcohol. It dries out baby skin. It pulls moisture from baby skin and not the other way around. Now, there are 4 things that we incorporated into baby's lifestyle, into our environment, that have kind of helped us maintain her skin condition and keep it as moisturized as possible. The first one we started using is humidifiers. Especially in colder climates, the air is not humid enough, and so the lack of moisture tends to draw moisture away from our bodies or our skin. So a humidifier is great to retain the moisture, especially where baby sleeps. The second thing we incorporated is things to manage her itching. Itching is one of the most difficult things in eczema because it is so hard to control. So there are a few items that I have used that work beautifully on baby, that are much better than the scratch mitts. You can never manage to keep them on. The first thing, this was recommended by her dermatologist, is Scratchsleeves. It has 2 sleeves in front and a back brace in the back. If you're confused about how this goes on a baby, I will just add a small demo clip to show how this actually stays on baby. This is good. The cuffs at the end are made of silk, so even if baby does tend to scratch their face, it won't leave any harsh marks or it won't strip away their skin layer. Another thing given to us were these scratch mitts. They have an opening for the thumb area here. Another thing that our dermatologist recommended was these Skinnies. They're like a bodysuit, a wetsuit. It covers the entire limb. It has a hole for the thumb. It covers the legs as well. And yes, our baby does scratch with her legs as well. I have marks on my tummy to prove it. Another very important fact is to keep nails cut at all times, and cutting isn't enough. You may have to file out the edges. And temperature. Room temperature has such a huge impact on our baby. We try to keep it between 18 to 20 degrees. We can say, is our real life home thermometer. That is how sensitive she is to the temperature around her, and clothing is also done accordingly. The next do is something that naturally have been incorporated into our lives, especially because of the pandemic, and that is hand hygiene. Wash your hands. I cannot stress this enough. Wash your hands every single time before applying any cream or moisturizer or lotion to baby's skin. The next change in routine we brought about was bathing daily. Now, this was recommended by our dermatologist. I know that there are many people who disagree to this fact, but this is something that worked for our baby. You may have to try it out on your own to see if it works for your baby. Now, bathing daily benefits us and baby in 3 ways. 1, we slather so many creams and emollients throughout the day on her. It's good to strip all of that off, feel them, make them feel a bit more light before they go to bed. 2nd, it is so good to moisturize them right after a bath because the skin is supple, pores are all open, so moisturization is always best right after a bath. 3rd, it cools down baby's temperature. Making her body temperature cool down a bit before bed is good for her sleep as well. It's good for her skin because the cooler her body, the less she would feel like itching. So also, when I say bathe daily, I don't mean use all kinds of soaps and shampoos and emollients every single day. We do that only on alternative days. So most of the days it's just rinsing her off in fresh, cool water. Now, when I say we have enough products to start a shop or store of our own, you can see that we were not exaggerating. This is just the tip of the iceberg, if I may say. Now, I will quickly divide this into products that we use as of now in baby's routine and products that we have kind of moved aside. So, yep, let's check that to the side. Now, these are the products that we currently incorporate into her routine. We have the AVEENO cream. This is amazing. The major ingredient in this is oats, colloidal oatmeal. This is amazing. We did try a different version of AVEENO Baby, but that just did not work as good as this AVEENO cream did. Now, this is on prescription. And we have the daily moisturizing body wash as well. These are great. So the KOKOSO and MUSTELA brands are things we researched and found out ourselves. These are organic coconut oil formulations. They are all unfragranced and they did so well on baby skin. So well, so good. I am in love with the balm stick. As I said, you don't need to use your fingers to apply this. This is the coconut oil which we use on her scalp for cradle cap and for dry skin. This is the hair wash, which is good. As I said, the Eucerin stopped being effective after a week, and then we resorted to the hair wash of KOKOSO. The MUSTELA brand, I just cannot emphasize enough how great those products are. As you can see, this is empty. Because we got the AVEENO prescription, I didn't buy another bottle, but this baby massage oil, they have products based on baby skin type. So they have specialized products they have emollient creams for eczema prone skin. So you can check out their range. And I use their sunscreen as well. Now, EPADERM we did receive on prescription, but This is also amazing. It is literally like body butter. And I'm not exaggerating when I say that this works wonders as well. It's great for eczema, psoriasis, dry skin, fragrance, coloring, and SLS free. So this is amazing, and the AVEENO range as well. Everything else, we're gonna experiment on ourselves, or we're just gonna chuck in the bin. So, yep. That's our honest review and products that actually work for a baby's skin. I hope this video has been helpful to a few of you. If you do find it useful, please do share it to parents who are struggling with the same diagnosis. And I hope to see you in my next video. Thank you.